He was in almost 8 years. He was with SEAL Team 6, almost 4. He grabbed me by the bicep, and he said, "Dad, I got a will." I said, "Mike, what are you talking about?" He said, "Dad, I'm not effing around." And da-da-da-da-da. Next day, we went over to his friend's house, and they had a pool and a big party. It was his birthday, June 6th. And he was same thing. He grabs me. He says, "Look, Dad, I'm telling you, I got this will written out." I said, "What's going on? You all right?" I said, "Get out. What's going on?" He's like, and he just looked at me. And then the last time I seen him was the end of the party, and he grabs me again. And he says the same thing. And then he stops in Fishtown at Aunt Maggie's house, my sister, and he talks about the will. And my sister says, "What's going on, Michael?" He said, "Something's going on with the team. Somebody's leaking some things out. Something's going on." But he wouldn't.
Oh my God! I got chills through my whole body right now. I mean, I really am vibrating right now from my head to my toe. I never have this happen on the show. In my 19 years, maybe once this has happened. Your son knew he was being sent to his death?
They knew something was up. And every one of them, I know you talked to the Fawns, and the one guy, he used to tell his dad, "Make sure you got a lot of cold beer in the fridge, Dad. Don't drink it all." This time he grabs the father by the shoulders, looks him in the eyes, and thanks him for how he raised him.
Oh, God.
Yep. Another guy from the team, Kevin, he tells his mom something, same thing. Everybody left a different way.
Oh, my God. They were all going to their last mission?
Well, they knew something was up. Something was going on. And that's why I thank God for Jason Chavez and Darrell Issa and Lou Gomer. They've been instrumental. Me and my wife been down to Washington probably 7 times with the Vaughns and Mr. Hamburger and Larry Clayman and Jet Lee's dad. Jet Lee was, they called Jet Lee, he was the dog handler. John Dugandera, because he looked like Jet Li.
He was on the flight or what?
Yeah, he was on the flight. His dad, Sid was there. He was on the flight with Bart, the dog.
Now, why is the fact that why was the helicopter's black box not found? What do you think that's about?
Well, in October, after it happened, in August it happened, in October, General Colt does the investigation, and we're in this room, and he's telling us what happened, and he said, "I went through a chain of command." So I raised my hand. I said, "Got the names of that chain of command?" And his neck snaps, and all the bigwigs are there, all the 4 stars, and they say, they make a fist like it's in a book. They give us a book. They said, "It's in the book, sir." I said, "About an after-action report?" He said, "It's in the book." Then he says, I said, "What happened to the black box, which is really orange?" And he's looking at me, and he goes, "A flash flood came and washed the black box away." I said,
well, I heard that Christmas exists because I heard Santa Claus exists too.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I found out that there's not only one black box on them Chinooks. There's one in the front, and there's one where the guys sit. And
well, look, you're the father, and I hear your wife in the background. Your hearts are heavy. What do you? I mean, what can I say to you that's going to not make you feel worse? Is the issue? I got to be very cautious here in this conversation. I don't want to make you feel worse than you do. What can I say that will help lift that pain?
Mike, if you can keep on your broadcast, keep talking about it, and help us demand answers. Obama's got to come. You know what I mean? I know you heard about me and Mr. Obama down in Dover when the bodies were coming in. He came up to me and he grabbed me by the shoulders and he said, "Michael changed the way America lived." And I grabbed Mr. President by the shoulders and shook him. And I said, "I don't need to know about my son. I need to know what happened." And I was crying and everything. And
oh, really? I'm surprised that the Secret Service didn't chop your hands off.
Nah, they grabbed me by the back. I'm a pretty big guy. Plus, I'm from Philly. You know what I mean, Mike? You know? And they grabbed me by the shoulders, and then Mr. President went to give me a hug, and I was crying, and snot's coming out of my nose, and I wiped my snots on his jacket.